Hi guys, happy Friday. We're excited for the weekend and we have a lot to talk about. But in this video, it's just going to be a short commentary about a video that I'm going to post regarding the Real Housewives of New Jersey ex-cast member Danielle. She was in a TikTok with a gentleman. They were in an argument over the parking situation. So I thought you guys might find a little bit of enjoyment in this small clip that I will share with you guys in my next video. It's like a minute and a half long. But before I get started, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel if you subscribe, and turn the notifications on so that you're not missing anything that I'm posting. So let's get back to this TikTok and Danielle from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. It's a TikTok. I don't think the guy knows that she is on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm assuming that he filmed it and then was later told who she was. But they're already parked, and I don't know if he must have parked first and then she parked, but she's clearly on the line. Like, his car's not on the line, her car is definitely 100% on the line. And they get into an argument, and it's definitely during COVID. She's wearing a mask, and she starts telling him that they're in a pandemic and how dare him not wear a mask, and he starts calling her names. And by the time they get done arguing, he keeps the camera going back to the cars and showing the parking spot and how she is parked on the line and how he is actually parked in the parking spot. And at the end of the video, he just basically calls her a white rich lady, like she's an asshole. And she was yelling, "Get the F away from me." And you could just hear the crazy in her voice. I'm not saying that guy might not be a little bit on the edge too. But you could tell that dealing with her was not like dealing with a average person, that you have a dispute over, because she was matching his energy, and he was yelling and using profanities, and she just, it didn't bother her to return, that same kind of caliber back at him. So some might think that's a good thing, some might think that's a bad thing. I'm not saying either. I'm just saying you guys might want to see the clip because there's a little bit of humor in it, just because Danielle's Danielle, and she probably goes around New Jersey, telling her housewife stories, and I'm sure that if it can get her something, then she definitely drops that. I'm sure she would. I'm sure all the housewives do. Jennifer Aiden was also on. She did the after show, and she was talking about the whole affair, and they were interviewing Dolores and Margaret. And I wanted to tell you guys a couple of things that I picked up on. One thing was Dolores talks about her time as a surgical tech. It was interesting because I didn't even know that Dolores would have ran into Bill prior to filming, because I didn't know that she worked in the hospital field, or she said she did oral surgeons, or she assisted in oral surgeries, but sometimes Bill would rent a room from the hospital because he actually wasn't in an office at that time. So that's how she encountered Bill previously, was at work at the hospital, because he did not have a building. He did not have his own practice at that time. So it would not have been the time period where he was having the affair, is basically what Dolores is insinuating, that she would have not known that Bill was having an affair, and she never heard that Bill was having an affair. And she was around a lot of medical people and other doctors, and she heard about other doctors having affairs, but not Bill. Now, Margaret, who doesn't work in a hospital and probably doesn't know a lot of doctors, or probably doesn't get a lot of gossip about doctors having affairs, she knows about it though, for sure, because she has lots of friends, and she says that everyone knows about it in New Jersey. So that's kind of strange, because Dolores says that she didn't know, and I'm sure that Dolores probably knows everything that Marge knows, because one, they're friends, and two, they probably run a lot in the same circle. Another interesting fact is Dolores, actually, the new man gets brought up in the after show, and we find out basically that Frank and the new boyfriend, it doesn't look like all rainbows and roses like it was between David and Frank. It looks like there might be some conflict between Dolores's new boyfriend and Frank. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if we're going to see any of that. Since Frank and the men are getting paid now, I feel like, why not? They don't have to give us a whole storyline, but I wouldn't be upset seeing some kind of, a little bit more into the lives of Dolores and Frank and how things work in their household, because they have such like a modern family with their children, and they seem happy, and their children, you know, Frankie always says the sweetest things. He always says such nice things, and you can tell like they want to be a loving, good family. But you know, to have two parents that have been divorced for a really long time, and, you know, the situation with Frank cheating on Dolores allegedly when she was like pregnant and getting divorced, there's no animosity and they all get along really, really great. So, I mean, I would be very thankful to see inside a modern family of, you know, that kind of dynamic. How about you guys? I'm going to drop another video also later on today with some more details about New Jersey. But I just wanted to give you guys this little, you know, clip about the Housewives of New Jersey, and then include, of course, the video of Danielle and this guy at, I don't even know where they were at. It doesn't even say. It just shows them arguing. So have a great day. We'll talk soon.